F Bay, thank you so much for the subscribing. Appreciate y'all dropping on by. And thank all y'all for dropping by on this Spin Dash Sunday. And we're gonna have a little bit of a different vibe going on today. If you haven't already been able to tell, I'm feeling a kind of ways. Some of y'all might be too. But please know that I always appreciate every single last one of you dropping on by. Noah, it's good to see you. Noah, it's good to see you. Sibuna, Sonic Stefan, Dodger, Dakota Brown, MMPS 2011, as well as Plum Buns. It's very, very good to see you too. Thank you so much for the artwork that I'll be showing off soon. And Gamer K, oh snap, somebody who knows about Zeo Abyss, Go Flame Bixis from Beyblade Metal Masters. I appreciate you coming through. And oh, you came by Fan Expo as well, right on. Well, thank you for making your way here. Miss Manxie, it's great to see you as well. Rhoda Knight, Squeak Squeak. Sonic the Virtual Tuber. Kawaii Cthulhu Woo, it's good to see you as well. Yaya Anime Girl. Noct's biggest fan. Jamie Kleinkopf. And Madeline Blue Star Saffron. Thank y'all so very much for dropping on by.
And I hope everything was to your liking. See you on the next go round.
Thanks for dropping by is a fitting thing to hear. So, as some of y'all know, we very recently lost a beloved member of the Sonic fan community. Somebody who very frequently dropped by these streams and was in my server, somebody I've chatted with. I wish I could say we'd become very, very close friends, but that would not be accurate. But still, anytime we interacted, it was great. Silent D, I don't know his true name, but again, really, really kind soul, really, really talented soul. Always brought positivity and support everywhere he went. Was so supportive of these streams, was so supportive of Rocky. And my prayers really, really go out to his family, to his close friends, his loved ones. I don't really know many details, but from what I gathered, only 33 years old, and as of September 12th, the word didn't really get out until yesterday, September 12th, just was struggling with a lot of things that a lot of his friends and peers didn't seem to know about. And just felt that he couldn't continue from what I know. And it's really, really tragic because it caught so many people off guard. So many people who give so much positivity and so much joy and so much kindness to others may struggle to feel that within themselves. And sometimes they just don't really feel like they have anyone that they can tell. Or maybe they do tell others, and there are others trying to help them, but it's, for whatever reason, it's just not enough. And that's always tragic. That's always especially sad. Because that pain doesn't end with them. Much more often than not, it just ends up being passed on towards others. So once again, my thoughts and prayers really go out to those people, those who were the closest to him. And I really want to truly believe, and I know from the discussions I've had with him, that he believes, I believe, that he is now in a place where he isn't in pain, where he isn't struggling, that he can be with a loving Lord, Heavenly Father, who always had love for him and always will. But that doesn't make it any less difficult for everybody else. So any of those out there who knew him on a personal level, I'm praying for you. My love goes out to you. When I say every single stream, be good to others and be good to yourself, those aren't just words. I truly mean it. Work hard, work smart, be good to others and be good to yourself because you deserve it. That's truly because I know what it's like to struggle. Not to that level, of course, but to know what it's like to feel like you're in a bad place where things can't get better. And as long as you are here, there is the opportunity for things to get better. For you to connect with people who want you to do better and who want to help you and many times can help you. So to anybody out there who's struggling, don't be afraid to reach out, to try to find some professional service. Tell your family. If you can't tell your family, tell your friends. Let people know, because there are people who want to help. There always are. And it's never too late as long as you're here. And that's really what I'm gonna make this stream about. I don't really feel much in the mood to play any games. Maybe I will, but I just want to talk about that kind of stuff. I've also been thinking a lot about somebody who's been in the stream, somebody who has been in my server. I know in some places they've gone by the name Nova, or sorry, not Nova. They've gone by the name Lena. But they've also in the community gone by the name of Aaron, because Aaron from Ninjago is a character that's meant a whole lot to them. And I know they've gone through a lot of personal struggles, and I'm not sure where they are right now. They've expressed a lot of worrying things, but if you're out there, if you're listening, please know that you are loved, that you have value. And if a character such as Aaron, if other characters, if my work, if anybody else can help bring you joy, then you are giving them value, you are giving them purpose. So Eva, Aaron in the chat was saying some very, very worrying things on Friday. And it's been a while since they've said anything new. I definitely tried everything I could to let them know, hey, you know, if you are very, very attached to the character of Aaron, that's okay. I'm glad that Aaron helps inspire you. I'm glad that Aaron gives you purpose. I want you to find more than that. But finding something so special in Aaron is beautiful. Please write to me and tell me, write a good long essay about why Aaron means so much to you, because that's amazing. I want to see that story. I want to read that story. And I don't normally do stuff like this. I've never done anything like this before, but if I'm able to get that story from them, I want to share it with the Lego company. I want to share it with the writers of Ninjago. I want to share that with Chris Doc Wyatt, with Kevin Burke, to let them know just how much these characters can mean to people. And I'm still hoping and praying that they are out there somewhere and that I can get that story written from them, because I'd love to read it and I'd love to share it. Eva and Quincy, thank you so much for dropping by. And Eva, I know that you can relate in the sense of, you know, having a very, very deep attachment to a character who has helped you very much as well. And again, I know that there are healthy and there are unhealthy levels of attachment, sure, but if that is for anybody who feels like a character is the only thing that they have at points in time, that's okay, because that's still something. Ideally, I want somebody to have more, but that's a start. It's always a start, and that means so much. Plum Buns, you're so very right. There is no such thing as a bad reason to keep living, unless that reason is specifically causing pain to others. That's not good. Don't do that. But if it's a character, if it's something creative, if it's a game, if it's a story that you want to see continue, you want to know what comes next, that's great. That's amazing. And that gives the creative work something beyond what it's initially intended to be oftentimes. Although sometimes that is what it's intended to be. A lot of people tell stories because they want to give an emotional connection to somebody. They want somebody to be able to see themselves in that work. They want somebody to be inspired by that work. So oftentimes to tell somebody that, hey, your work meant this to me is the most valuable compliment that a creative can have. I'm trying to do the earphones thing for me, but they keep wanting to pop out. That's why I keep going like this. I'll stick with just one for now. Doomdog Lazy, I'm sorry to hear that you feel that kind of struggle, but please know that where you are now isn't necessarily where you are always going to be. And whatever keeps you going each and every day, I think that that's a beautiful thing, and I am glad that you are here right now. I think that that's very meaningful. Every single last one of you here right now gives purpose and value to my work. There are times when I do these streams and I'm just like, man, you know, it would be nice if I had as many viewers as this person or whatever. Sure, that's all well and good in theory. But every single one of you right now could be anywhere else. And you are choosing to be here. You are choosing to be listening to whatever ramblings I have to say, to potentially watch me play Sonic games badly. But if I can bring you joy, if I can bring you laughter, if I can bring you encouragement, then that means so much to me. So please know that every last one of you, even if you're too shy to say anything, every single number that's an uptick on viewership, that counts, that matters, and that means something to me. So please know that I appreciate every single one of you, and I am glad that you are here. And even if you don't feel like you are making a difference, you are. Just a kind word to somebody, that's making a difference. You never know who needs to hear it. And there have been days where that person has been me. And you never know who else that is out there. Do I know of Knights of... I never learned how to pronounce that. I know of it, I haven't seen it. I don't closely follow Glitch Productions. Right now, the only thing they have that I have watched regularly is The Amazing Digital Circus. But I will probably watch that at some point in time. Same creator of the Owl House working on a Glitch production. I did not know that. Dana Terrence, that is very, very cool. I have not watched much of the Owl House either, but I know that there's a lot of amazing talent, a lot of care went into telling a really, really great story that meant a lot to a lot of people. So those are both things I would like to check out in time. There's just so many things and so little time. I still have not watched the second half of Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3. And I have 3 characters in there. 2 of them who actually talk. But that's something I really, really want to see, and I still need to find time for that. That's the tricky thing about adulthood, or even when you're still in school. There's just so many things to do, so little time. But I hope to get there in time. Zeno Robinson voices Hunter in the Owl House. I have seen and heard a little bit of him, and he has done a phenomenal job. And I'm really, really glad that he's got roles like that, roles like Hawks, where he went through a lot of what I went through for a good long while. Being faced with the struggle of higher-ups, casting directors, voice directors, maybe even his own agent believing, oh, you can only play characters who look like you and probably have a certain kind of sound. So we're not going to even audition you if we have a character that we don't think fits that. So I'm glad that he's got roles like that where he can really, really show just how talented of a performer he is beyond his appearance, and that Hawks and Hunter have connected with so many people because of the writing and also because of what he brings as a very, very gifted and talented performer. I will even go as far as to say that Raccoon thinks that Zeno sounds way more like him than I sound like him. The both of us being the two characters to have dubbed over Raccoon's voice for his Toon live-action performance in his autobiographical appearances thus far. Zeno is a great talent and a great guy, and I love seeing great things for him. And that's right, he's in the game Star Garden as well. Kemi QD, thank you so much for dropping by as well. I appreciate all of y'all. And again, appreciate the kind words. I believe I saw, hard to catch up with chat, Eva saying, hope you know you're a comfort streamer to me. I definitely do, I do notice that, and again, that means so much to me, so thank you so very much for sharing that. Let's see, Marilyn, appreciate you dropping by as well, saying, unfortunately I didn't know Silent D, and that's okay, but I'm really sorry, sending a big hug to you, that is very much appreciated. And as I've said numerous times before, the fact that you are all the way in Italy, and you are staying up past midnight watching my streams, it's Monday, it's early Monday for you, and you are here, and that is incredible. Please know that I appreciate that so much. Mitch from Fan Expo Canada, appreciate you dropping by as well. Fan Expo was such an incredible time, and met so many amazing people. And you finding your way here, once again, means so very much to me. And not every stream has this kind of tone, I can say that much, but all the same, it is really, really great to see you here, and I hope that we get to cross paths again before long. And same thing to you, Quincy, with us having met at Fan Expo and you finding your way here. I really appreciate that. I know Rocky really appreciates you dropping by his streams as well, and it's always a joy to see you, and I wish you the very best with your streaming moving forward as well. I know Rocky's told me that there have been some struggles with some models, some art regarding the whole VTubing stuff, but hopefully sooner rather than later you'll be able to have everything taken care of there, and he and I both look forward to what the future has in store for you. And let's see, Dakota says, have you seen Lego Star Wars Rebuild Galaxy Pieces of the Past? I have played Lego Star Wars games just a little bit, but as far as having much familiarity with any of the actual sets, I don't know too much. I've seen some of the Lego Star Wars movies. I thought that they were hilarious. I think I especially liked the Empire Strikes Back one. I remember really liking a lot. And I think I saw the New Hope one as well. But again, really, really talented people, really, really funny writing in those, and I love more Lego Star Wars happening, even if I haven't been able to closely follow it. And that's kind of one of the toughest things about the position that I'm in. And this is why sometimes I'm glad that I'm not very popular. Like, I have a following, but I'm at the point where it's like I can still read chat. I can still read most of the DMs that people send me. But in the position that I'm in, it's tough. I've got a lot of things that I work on as a performer, as a director, as a mentor, as a friend, as a life coach, as somebody who works within 3 different cities. It's hard for me to be as close friends as I would like to be with as many people as I would like to be, because there's just so many amazing people that I've come into contact with and met throughout my journeys in life. I can't connect as closely as I would like. I can't watch all the things. I can't play all the things that I would like, because there's just so much stuff and so little time. But as I've said numerous times, I still really, really appreciate each and every single one of you. But it's tough. I wish I had more time, and I wish I had more that I could do. And I can't help but have that little voice kind of nagging in my head saying, like, man, if I'd have been closer friends, if I'd been able to be close friends with Silent D, maybe I'd have known more about what he was going through. Maybe I'd have been able to help. But at the same time, I kind of recognize, like, I'm trying my best. We're all often just trying our best. We can't be everywhere. We can't do everything. We can't know everything. And what matters is just we're out there doing our best. Again, the slogan I say every stream: working hard, working smart, being good to others, and being good to ourselves. We just try our best, and that's really what matters. You can't know everything. But I wish I could do more. I really do. And Doje Me, I appreciate you dropping by as well. Always a pleasure to have you here. Pit 3, it's good to see you as well. How am I doing? I'm doing. I'm gonna see if I can maybe go back, since it's the last song in the playlist. We'll roll back to the first one. So where I'm at right now is, unfortunately, friend of the stream, friend of the community, Silent D, a few days ago, just was going through a lot and just didn't feel like he could take it much longer. And, again, not somebody that I had connected with enough to become close friends with, but every time he was here in the chat, anytime we were in Discord calls or he was in my server, just only brought the most positive and supportive energy. And all of his online friends had the same thing to say: please do check out his channel, please do listen to his music. Really, really talented dude, really, really kind dude, and it's just such a shame to know that he was struggling so much. And so many people in his life, his online friends, and maybe his friends in person as well, didn't know he was going through that. And again, it really, really was a shock to me, really, really caught me off guard, and we weren't even truly close. Again, it felt for me more accurate to call him, because I don't want to be dishonest, it's more accurate to say that he was a fan that I truly, truly appreciated, but had not grown close enough to call him a friend, which is a shame, but I just don't want to be dishonest. But I knew, like, man, this is a really, really good guy. And if I had more time, you know, maybe I'd message him, maybe we'd have more one-on-one chatting and all that. Because I knew, like, here's a really, really good person who's got a lot of positivity, who's got a lot of joy that they want to spread, and a lot of talent. But I know I can't dwell too much on that. All the interaction we had was really, really positive. And I did everything I could to let him know that, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for dropping by. I know Raccoon was very, very much the same way. We both appreciate anyone who happens to drop by and just bring a positive energy here. And I appreciate all of you. And Sabrina, thank you for the kind words. Thank you again for visiting at Fan Expo. Thank you for the letter. I'm really grateful that my words, that my streams, anything that I have to say, my work can just mean so much to you and bring you so much positivity. Gabriel, I'm right there with you. I cannot wait to see where Aaron's journey is going to take him next, because I forget everything. That's the thing about me working on this stuff. I worked on so many things, and there's so many different scripts and stories and shows and things that I'm directing in between me working on Ninjago, that by the time it comes out, oftentimes a year or more after I've recorded it, I don't remember 90%, if not more, of what I actually recorded. So it's gonna be like new to me when I finally watch that. When I finally watch the second half of season 3, I don't remember much of anything. Whiska says, a classmate I got along with passed in school, the feeling of wanting to know them more, but not getting the chance to. Yeah, and that's just a very natural, very normal way to feel. You kind of look back on like, man, what if I said this? But again, there's only so much that anybody can do. Sometimes people just have their health issues or their emotional issues that you just don't know, because they keep that to themselves. But what's important is that we do the best we can in the moment. And I have no doubt that's what you've done. That's what I've done. And just always go through life trying to have a positive connection with anybody you meet, even if it's just for a brief moment. I can never forget somebody that I had only talked to once. An actor by the name of Philip DeWild, who is sadly no longer with us. He had a very tragic car accident many, many years ago. But I was in a voice acting workshop that he was coaching. And he had told me, and because I was in the workshop because I wasn't getting opportunities. I was already a professional, but I wasn't getting to audition for things. And there were times where I felt like maybe I'm not very good at this. That's why I'd taken his class. And he was like, dude, you are so good. I know you don't have things happening for you right now, but someday you will. You're gonna have that breakthrough where more people are gonna give you a shot. And that workshop was my only interaction with Philip, but it really, really left an impression on me. It meant a lot to me. It did a lot for my self-esteem, my belief in myself, and now I am where I am today. And every single positive word that I received from anyone really went a lot towards that. Doomdog, please. Sorry, it's hard to keep up with everybody, but I appreciate you dropping by. I'm very, very sorry. There's so much going on. Sonic Racing Crossworlds, purely safety and no fighting, just stupid racing stuff again. If I made a Sonic game made more independent and unpredictable, also more interesting concept. To that I say, why don't you try, if you can, try to learn about game design. Try to see if maybe you can work with others to help make your own game. Because that's the thing that you never know that might catch you off guard with life being full of surprises. Freedom Planet started out as a Sonic fan game, and then the creators realized, wait a minute, we can make our own thing. We can tell our own story completely the way that we want to. The game Dust and Elysian Tale, featuring Fidget over here, was created by Dean Dodrill trying to teach himself how to make games. And he made something that connected with and inspired so many people. So please know that it's never too late to put your own creativity, your own ideas into practice and to see what you can make as a result of that. Once again, Doomdog, please don't take it as me, and I hope you're still watching, please don't take it as me intentionally ignoring anyone. I would never ever want to do that. It can be really, really tough when there's so many people saying so much, but I try to read everything I can. And again, I appreciate every single one of you. All of you have value, and I want to do my best to let all of you know that. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna make a note right now. If I can find a way to shout out Doomdog. Again, I can't normally do this. But I want everybody to know that, again, I appreciate all of you. Let's see. And once again, Nova, that is so right. People care for and love you, even if your mind tells you nobody does. The brain can be a gigantic liar sometimes. I'm very grateful and lucky for the fact that my brain is usually just a good little thinky box that gives me good ideas and usually tells me that, hey, you're good at thing. But not everybody has those feelings. And it can be a really, really difficult thing to live with. It literally is a disease, mental illness, having a brain that sometimes can give you bad ideas, and those things are lies. And I hope that you can get the treatment, the encouragement that you need to help you overcome that. Andrew Hypergame, appreciate you dropping on by. As always, you are so very awesome, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Doomdog, I'm gonna give you a quick little message. I responded to the last thing you wrote. If you didn't catch it. Alright. It's so hard to follow everyone's words. Okay. Let's see. Sibuna says, reaching out for anything has always been a problem for me. I just bottle up by habit, invented my notes app. That's honestly still really meaningful. It's better than keeping all those things just completely inside. I feel I'll just bother folks. Even praying on it is a problem. I'm glad you pray on it though. That's also really, really important and really, really meaningful too. The Lord knows what's in your heart, but when you speak with your mouth, there's just that much more power behind the words. Words have power. Even though you're supposed to cast all your worries to him, it's like, I'd be a bother. Never, never. You're created in his image, and he loves you, and always will. Let's see. Hug just one of my movie Sonic plushies till I feel better. And that is meaningful too. Like I've said, the fact that characters can have an impact on others and help encourage and help inspire them uh, that's a beautiful thing. That's a really, really special thing. And it might be blatantly obvious to some, but it might not be to others. Rocky has really, really, really helped me on a deep and extremely personal level. And as much grief as he gives me at times, I love him a lot, and he loves me too. And his story is something that's always going to mean the world to me, and the fact that people felt so much emotion through what he went through really resonates with me. And of course, and for those of you who are kind of like, I get the whole wink wink thing with Rocky. Like, of course, I know. He is 100% a real cartoon raccoon, 100%, and he's never left me alone. But despite that, it's hard to imagine my life without him. And having him in my life, I consider to be one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. The greatest gift I've ever been given is Chris just letting me work with him, and him being able to tell the stories that he has told. And there are so many incredible people that I've met as a result of him. To get to voice your own comfort character, to write for your own comfort character, is not something that many people get the opportunity to do beyond fan fiction, and I've gotten to do that in an actual production, and it's hard to imagine that ever ending. I think in some capacity he's always going to be with me. I know that. Let's see. Noah, hello. Appreciate you dropping on by as well. And Koos, it's great to see you, Toos. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. And Plum Buns, appreciate you saying that so very much. And I think one of the greatest ironies of all, maybe irony is not the term, I don't know, but Rocky isn't even my favorite Tome character. Archie's my favorite Tome character. And it's largely because at their core, they are so very much alike. And I don't know if Rocky knows that or not, but he definitely started out that way. And then through cynicism, through anger, through wanting to be somebody else, he made himself eventually into somebody else. But when he sees Archie, he's looking at a version of himself before all that. Before all the cynicism, before all the anger, before all the destruction. And whether he knows it or not, that is why he's so protective of it. And let's see. Bladem, appreciate you dropping by as well. Depression and anxiety disorders do suck having. They can be something someone is born with or developed due to traumas, but yes, there are treatments and therapies for everything. It just takes the courage and patience, absolutely. And I know it can be scary for so many people, but it's worth it. It's always worth it to try. Seek help and understanding to take care of yourself. Just like heart or any other health problems, the first steps are learning more about your conditions to help yourself take care of yourself and love yourself. So very, very true. And I can't emphasize that enough. Any of you who are struggling, whether it is as a result of something that's conditional, or it's just something that you just have, just like a sickness that there isn't really any explanation beyond you just have it. It's important to reach out to someone, anyone you can. If it's a professional, if it's a teacher, if it's a doctor, if it's a family member, if it's a friend, try to seek help. Try to find if there are online services. I know that some people maybe don't have the access to professionals. Maybe they don't have those people at school. Maybe they don't really have that connection with anybody in their family. Maybe they don't have those kinds of close friends, but it's always worth trying. There's always, always, always a way out, as scary as it may feel. And I've known people who have felt like I have not had clinical depression. I have had times in my life where whether it was bullying or if it was struggles in other sort of ways, I had times where I felt really, really down on myself, but not to that extent. But I was very fortunate that I was able to talk to my mother about some of those things. I'm very fortunate that I was able to turn to a lot of characters and shows that could help me laugh and help me smile and help inspire me. I was able to throw myself into my work and try to just become the best performer that I could. And when I finally was able to find my confidence through that, I said, all right, and for me, spirituality was a part of it as well. I don't have the most deepest devout connection to that. I want to have more of it, but that's definitely something that helped me as well. And I made a promise. I prayed and I said, if I ever find this confidence in myself, this belief in myself, if I'm able to overcome this, I don't want people to feel the way that I did. And that's something that I just absolutely try to throw myself into every day. I tell myself I'm never going back to where I was, and I don't want other people to be there too. And all of you who might be struggling with things, please never, ever, ever forget that you have power. No matter how bad your day is, you can just say a nice word to somebody. Say, hey, I like your drawings. Hey, I like your voice acting. I like your writing. Hey, I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for that compliment on my thing. It meant a lot to me. There's always something that you can do. You always have some form of power that you can wield. And what may feel like the tiniest thing may turn somebody's entire day around. It may change their entire week. You never know who needs to hear something in that moment. I cannot stress that enough. That's the entire reason why I stream. It's not for money. I tell people, like, I don't encourage you to send me bits and subs and all that stuff. I appreciate it if you do. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I want to give positivity back to others. I want people to be able to laugh or smile if they're having a bad day. I want to be able to answer their questions. I want to be able to help give them guidance and advice on voice acting. If I can encourage somebody to keep going, that they can find their confidence and maybe someday give that back to somebody else, it is all worthwhile to me. I cannot stress that enough. So please know that I appreciate every single one of you, every single day that you are here. Whether you are here, of course, I super appreciate it if you're able to drop by every single stream. That's amazing. You are so cool. And I so deeply appreciate that. But if you're even just here every once in a while, you don't need to apologize and say, sorry, I wasn't here for this stream or that stream. I'm glad that you're here. If you don't have time, that's okay too. If you have other things to do, that's perfectly fine. If you're just watching a VOD, if you're too shy to talk in the chat, thank you all the same. I appreciate you. That still matters. Will I ever return to voice Sonic in the games or at all? Noah, I don't know. I truly don't know. The fact that I got to do it at all is an incredible blessing to me, and I'm grateful for the fact that I didn't have to take anybody's job away from them. I adore Roger the Craig Smith, the work that he's doing. I love it. I am legitimately a fan. Even though I had not played the games very much before I got the role, I still watched Sonic Boom. Anytime I saw it, I'm like, this dude is legit. This dude is for real. Talented as heck. And he was so kind to me, reaching out and welcoming me to the Blue Brotherhood, welcoming me to the family. He didn't have to do that, and he did. So if I ever get to play Sonic in any capacity, I would like that. Money for me. I'm not going to say no to money for me, but if I only got to do it that one time with Sonic Prime, that's fine too. And anytime I'm out there seeing Roger do his thing, I'm smiling. I'm filled with joy. I'm glad that so many people are able to enjoy Sonic and the work that he does, and the work that everybody at Sega does has just so much value. And I'm glad it inspires people and brings people together. Koos, thank you so very much. And it was such a joy to get to meet you, to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with you, which was such a good movie. That trilogy is my favorite trilogy of movies ever. I don't know if I would say any individual one is my favorite movie ever, but they might be. They might actually be. I've never tried to sit down and think what my favorite movies ever, listing them, ranking them are. Maybe that'll happen on a future stream, but Guardians is my favorite trilogy, hands down, and I'm so grateful that I got to share that with you. In fact, the very, very first one, I remember, I can't remember for sure if Kira Buckland was there too, but I know I watched that with Ed Bosco and with Chris Niosi. Xander, I think, was there as well, and that was really special. That was so very special. Those movies are oftentimes focused on the theme of just internal growth and understanding who you are and your purpose and dealing with pain and trauma and connecting with others through that. And that is so incredible to me. And I find that that's what a lot of James Gunn stories focus on. Characters who are in pain and need to face that so they can grow and become who they're meant to be. Rocket Raccoon is quite possibly the most valid reason to watch those movies, Samara. So, thank you so much for saying that. Dark Knight Trilogy is absolutely S tier as well. Really, really well made films that just really raised the bar for what a superhero movie can be. Yes, that's right. There will be a fourth film, so it will become a quadrilogy. And I very, very much look forward to that. I feel like they've gotten better and better and better with each successive one. Let's see. Can I add more to this playlist? There's gotta be a way I can add more to that playlist. Since 2023, it was so hard for me. Then last year my mom died. I am so very sorry. Oh my goodness. Then when things were starting off slowly good, I got news that my grandma was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. I am so sorry, Anthony. I cannot begin to imagine how hard that is. I did lose 2 family members to cancer in a very, very short amount of time, but it was not ones that I was as close to. Well, actually, shouldn't compare because, that's not entirely true, is it? Either way, I know what it's like to have that issue, to go through that just very, very suddenly. So please know that I am rooting for you, and that it shows a lot of strength to still go through each day, and to share that even. And please know that no matter what, you've got people who love you, who care about you, and I want to hope that those family members, through anything that's going on with them or has gone on with them, that they want you to feel safe, they want you to feel happy, and they want you to still experience joy and have wonderful things happen in your life moving forward. So please know that I wish you only the best, and just wish for joy and health to follow you and your loved ones. But I appreciate you being here, as always. Let's see. Found out in the IMDb that Robbie Fist? I thought his last name is something else. Robbie Fist? Robbie Wrist. That's the name. F looks kind of like an R. Robbie Wrist and Fred Tatasciore are the new voice of Zaz and Storm. I think I have reasons for believing that might have been possible. Kate Higgins reprised as Wave in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. That's cool. Back to the Future trilogy is also great. I unfortunately have not seen any of those movies in their entirety, but Kira Buckland will definitely attest that they are very, very high tier as well. I've only just seen clips, but I've enjoyed what I saw. Yes, he is hoping they take very good care of Amy in that fourth movie. That would be wonderful. Let's see. Dev heads. I prefer Mac Pack. But once again, I appreciate all of y'all so very much. Let's see. Zaz sounds great. I didn't even know, though I haven't played Lost World, I didn't even know that he had a new voice actor. But he's still awesome. I remember the very first time that he showed up, the first time he was shown off. I and Chris were kind of like, this character is kind of raccoon coated, and I kind of dig that. No wonder Rocky plays as him, because Metal Sonic influences aside, that's the closest we get to Rocky in a Sonic game. And I mean, there's definitely some definitely some attitude similarities sometimes with Chaos Sonic. I can say that much as well. Favorite Dr. Seuss book? I don't actually know them very well. I know a few. I feel bad for Yertle the Turtle. I really, really do. Who became, was he the one who became, okay, who's the one who was like king of all he could see? Was that Yertle the Turtle? King of all
Thanks for stopping by.
he could see. I feel like that was Yertle the Turtle. Was Yertle the Turtle? Yeah, I'm like, I want Yertle the Turtle to, like, I want him to grow beyond his arrogance and his desire for control. So, The Lorax is a good book as well, but it's very sad. But, you know, there's still that hint of hope at the end. The Grinch is good. I don't think I've read the book. I saw the Jim Carrey movie, and then the first animated one, the old animated one. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. You're a something, and your brain is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. I don't actually know the lyrics to the song, but I'll sing it anyways. That's very catchy, and I love it. My favorite is probably "Oh, the Places You'll Go," if I can remember much about it, which I can't. But I like the inspirational tone behind all of it. I think that that is wonderful. And Samurai Samara, I appreciate you dropping by. It is good to see you. I hope that you are doing well. Take it back to the beginning of the playlist. Let's see. Oh, we're on to talking about An American Tail? Oh, Don Bluth is incredible. No doubt, massive pioneer for animation. Sally says, raccoons always like messing with your name, Devon. I think it's just one raccoon in particular who insists that I am the only person who spells and pronounces my name wrong. And every other person who spelled Devon with every other letter other than D-E-V-E-N is correct and I'm wrong. Yeah, that's my life now. I kid you not. I was dealing with somebody for post office sending of things recently, and everything I wrote, everything that I was asked to deliver on behalf of Raccoon. So maybe it is Raccoon who's finding a way to mess with me, because I was sending a package for him. He made me. I was happy to do it anyway. But of course, I wrote, the sender, Devon Mack, D-E-V-E-N. And the post office people who are messaging me back and sending me emails, they've taken to calling me Davin. I don't know how. It's on the package. It's in all the files. But every email that they send personally, hello Davin, your package is now in this area and we need this information. How? Why? So, yes, Davin the Raven is actually canon, and I guess Raccoon wants them to think that it's him. I don't know. Also, hello Sydney, I hope you're doing well. It is great to see you as well. I hope that Sydney World continues to be wonderful. So who is Davin the Raven? I will share that very quickly. So, Samara offered to very kindly create a Sonic OC for me because I do not have one, or I did not have one. I've never had one. So, Samara asked, what sort of animal would you like to have? And I'm trying to think of one that I don't think has been represented in Sonic's world before, so I said crow. And so she created Devin the Crow, and then I'm just like, I want to have him be a little bit more separate from me, so maybe we change the name up a little bit. And I believe it was actually Cherry who suggested, when I came up with him being a raven, she suggested Davin the Raven. So that is now my Sonic OC. I'll find a picture of him, if I can, that I can save and pull up here. Yeah, we'll go with this one. This is not the newest one. I'll try to find the newest one. But hey, he looks kind of like Bad Bird from Samurai Pizza Cats a little bit. I remember mentioning that. And that resulted in Samara becoming quite a fan of the Samurai Pizza Cats. Here is an image that's way too large. So let's make that image a fair bit smaller. And I will also show the newest drawing that Samara did. But yes, there he is in all of his splendor. Wearing the outfit that I wore when I did my interview with Brad Miller for Ninjago. And there he is, being tormented by Rocky, which is something that he can't really escape either. Very precious Birdo. Birdo, the Mario character, is also very precious. You know, this Birdo. And now let's see if I can share, and thank you so very much for that and all of these subsequent drawings, Samara. That was so very sweet, so very kind of you. We have the most recent drawing of cute little David the Raven, who is wearing the outfit that he wore when I played as him in Sonic Forces, which is a wonderful game that did absolutely nothing wrong. Here is that. Boop. Very, very cute, very, very plushified, very, very huggable. So thank you once again, Samara, for being so very, very awesome. I appreciate you. Sydney said, Sydney World is really great. I am glad. Have a character performer audition on Tuesday. Also applied for a different position in the company as a backup. Very good, very good. Unfortunately, today was not so great at work. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But it is true. There are gonna be ups and downs, and hopefully the next day will be a very, very big up, with many, many more of those to come. And once again, I appreciate you dropping by over here. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and drop this in the chat because I don't know where else to put it. Those of y'all who are interested in voice acting, and Sydney, I hope you know about this, and I hope that you have auditioned for this and are able to make time to audition for this. Roland Rascal is currently casting. I'm going to find a way to link that. It is an original game that is being made right now, but it is very, very much Sonic inspired in its presentation. Please do look up the official website and the Kickstarter page for, you know what, I'm gonna link those as well. I'll link the Kickstarter, whatever. Or maybe I won't. Yeah, they don't have artwork for the characters on the actual audition section, and they really should. They really, really, really should. Maybe they've never done this before, but yes, auditions close October 1st. And I will add, you do need to have a good remote recording setup. So if any of y'all who might be recording on a phone or on a $20 microphone, sorry, that's not gonna cut it if you want to have a chance at it. Are there any non-binary type characters in the game? I don't believe so. I won't be auditioning because it's non-union and I am union, and I'm not going to do the non-union. But that doesn't mean that won't change. That doesn't mean that they don't have plans to add more characters up for auditions. I don't know for sure. But either way, whatever you feel could potentially fit your voice type, I encourage you to just try for whatever. Let's see. Oh, the Roland Rascals villain is very, very much hexadecimal-like. She's definitely has that sort of femme fatale sort of quality, and I'm very, very eager to hear who ends up being cast there. To make a production union is indeed tons and tons of paperwork. Oftentimes, I know that there are people who have specialized and have got it down to a science, but yes, oftentimes it's not very easy. but, and I'm happy to talk about this, there are many benefits to being unionized. If I was not unionized, I would not be in any of the cartoons that I'm in at all. And it's got great things for me, like there's dental coverage, eye care is taken care of as well. There are things like if you're a young little kid and if you've got a role as a little kid, they put a big chunk of your earnings into a trust fund so parents can't just take all of the kids' money away. And also, I started saving for retirement when I was 17 because they have a whole sort of pension thing as well. Not to mention AI protections as well. Oh, here's another important thing. Here's another important thing that I've talked about before on Twitter. Rocky's talked about this as well, because Rocky is a voice director, so he's worked with union talent before. We have protections when it comes to reusage of our material. So people have been saying stuff like, why don't they just take pre-existing lines from Joker? Why don't they just take pre-existing lines and put them into Crossworlds? Which technically they could do. But when you have a union production, if they are reusing your material, they have to pay you for it. There are episodes that I've done of, oh my goodness, Meta, thank you so very much for the raid. I appreciate you dropping on by so very much. Welcome raiders. I hope you had a wonderful stream. What were you streaming? And whatever it was, I'm sure you were very good at it because you're very good at the games. Meta is a wonderful, fantastically not admitting that they are cute VTuber who inspired Rocky to start VTubing himself. So please do give them a follow. Please do drop on by. Just right now, I am answering questions with regards to voice acting because I am the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Prime, as well as various other things. And somebody asked who this character was. That is Aaron in Ninjago Dragons Rising, who I also do the voice of, in addition to Thunderfang and Noct. So when it comes to union stuff, yes, something that's very meaningful. They have to pay for reusage fees. So there was an episode of Beyblade that I did, and then there were future episodes that gave flashbacks to that episode, and the only time I showed up was in a flashback, and they reused the audio from that previous episode. They still had to pay me for it, like I had recorded a brand new episode. So if they were to just take Joker's audio from Persona 5 and just plop it right in to Sonic Racing Crossworlds, they would have to pay Xander Mobus again, as they should. And I will tell you, I love you, Sega, I still love you. A company like Sega is not going to be breaking the bank paying a one-time fee for a recording session. I can definitely tell you that much. So I hope some way, at some point, they can get more of those DLC characters to have voice acting in them. That would be wonderful. I would like that very much. But either way, I will still very much be playing and supporting the game. But come on, y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. I know there's a way. And I hope that enough people keep expressing how much they want that, so it actually happens. Let's see. Sabrina says, don't watch Ninjago, and that's okay. But I love that live stream where you made that apple pie. Wonderful! I had such a great time with that, and I definitely plan to do more cooking streams in the future. There will, at the very least, be a chili dog making stream. Do you know the director of the game, and do you think I could reach out to them on Twitter, or would that be kind of weird? I don't know them personally. I don't have any personal connection to Roland Rascal. But honestly, I'm sure they have their own, either the developers or the game itself has their own page, their own Twitter page. So you could maybe send them a tweet saying, hey, do you guys have any non-binary characters? I would love to see some non-binary representation. And if they might not be able to reveal that yet if they do have that, but I think it's still important to let them know that that is very meaningful for you and you would like to see that. And I'm sure that would be extremely meaningful for many others as well. So you should do that, by all means. Be the change. Help make the change that you want to see in the world. And at the same time, just because they might not have any non-binary characters up for audition, don't let that deter you from auditioning for anything that vocally you feel that you can pull off. Because that is one of many issues that minorities have had to face. Oftentimes people believing, oh, you are this, so you can only voice within this limited spectrum of characters, this very, very limited range. No, you deserve the opportunity to try out for whatever you feel you can vocally fit. And again, in the case of animal characters, then which is great about this, animal characters, you can encompass pretty much everything unless the animal is meant to really connect to a very, very specific human culture. I could have a very, very long discussion about the complications and oftentimes misunderstood things about representation in voiceover casting, because it's a lot more complicated than a lot of people think it is. But I will save that discussion for another day because I could be here for a very, very, very long time. But I have a very nuanced opinion on that, which comes from personal experience. Let's see. Puzzle Portal's got Donkey Kong Bonanza. Ooh, Bonanza. Fantastic. That game is absolutely incredible. And gonna get a babysitter for... I am confused. Who babysitter for? I'm confused. But either way, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a great game. I was very, very jealous of Rocky getting to stream the demo very recently. But I might be getting hands on that myself at some point in time. And I really, really, really am glad that so many people enjoyed the little dub that I did that I won't spoil, and nobody spoil it in the chat. But I'm glad that people enjoyed. I'm glad people enjoyed the 90s kind of dub that I did for the cutscene towards the end of the game. Because I unironically loved the 90s Donkey Kong cartoon, and I loved getting to play tribute to it. I think that adding voices, like actual proper voices, to those Donkey Kong games in the future would really, really add a lot to the experience. Because those actors were next level. Shout out to Jesse Thompson, the casting and voice director of the Donkey Kong cartoon, who also gave me my very first job professionally as a lab rat in Grossology nearly 20 years ago. Once auditioned for a British mouse but didn't get the role. That is so hard to believe. That is so hard to believe, but it was another person with Knight in their name, so I'm glad that they are of the culture. I am glad to see that much at least. And I have gotten to hear some of what you have worked with Rocky on in your most recent voice acting escapades, and I gotta say, I was very, very, very impressed. And I hope to hear more of that from you in the future. Plum buns. Ooh, I don't know. I might have to delete that comment. Okay. All right. Well, I think too many have already seen it. But yes, Donkey Kong might indeed eat a banana or two. I'm sorry. I hope this hasn't ruined the game. But yeah, he eats some bananas. I'm really, really sorry. Plum buns, I forgive you. It's okay. I'm gonna let that one slide. Oh, you know what? Because I had this queued up for when I play games, which I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do this stream at all anymore. So why don't I just show it here? Thank you so very much for this super cool drawing that's going to be on my game playing screen from now on. We have the Sonic rocking the Seattle Supersonics Kevin Durant jersey, wearing that number 35 for the basketball team that does not exist anymore, but hopefully does again someday. Thank you so very much for that. He is looking that much cooler. Although there's still a charm to the original one, and it's sort of like more doodly scraggliness, but he's definitely looking like he got an upgrade on the cool points over here. So thank you, Plum Buns, so very much for that. And I'm gonna take the spotlight away from, I'm so sorry, Rocky, please forgive me, but I have really enjoyed the recent drawings that you have done for him and Archie, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be showing those off next Tuesday. All right, and these Jordans are not fake. Let's see. Sonic basketball game. Why haven't we gotten that? We've gotten Sonic Olympic Sports. Basketball is an Olympic sport. Put it in there. Give us that Space Jam Sonic. Let's see. I will do maybe a little bit more chit chat, and then I'm going to head off for now. But thank you all for hanging around for a very atypical stream. The next one is probably going to go back to the more regular style. Probably going to, what am I saying? Next Go Fast Friday is going to be the go fastest of the Fridays, because Sonic Racing Cross Worlds will be out, I think. Let me double check. Yes, it does. Yes, it do. In fact, it's going to technically be out if you have pre-ordered. It's going to be out in 3.5 hours? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so? On every system except the Nintendo Switch, which I didn't know. I was so looking forward to streaming that literally tomorrow, but I guess that's not happening anymore. But I will definitely be playing it on Friday and probably before that, and I look forward to playing that with you. Rocky's probably gonna stream it too. We're gonna work out the logistics of that, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Yep, I got the Nintendo Switch version that I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch 2. And there will be a Nintendo Switch 2 version at some point, which I'll be able to upgrade to, but they have not officially announced when. I don't have a PS5, I don't have an Xbox Series thing, and I don't trust computers for playing games. I've never been able to trust my computers for playing games, no matter what the computer power was, no matter how high its power level. I could never rely on it for the games of playing. So we're doing the Switch thing. But again, I look forward to being able to play that with y'all. All right. Let's see. They locked me out. Oh, this jam this is such a bop. Silent D, so very talented. I am going to, why not? I'm just gonna directly link his page and say, please do check him out. Please do check out his work. I wish he knew just how much people appreciated him. Did I link that right? Yes, I linked that right. That's the short playlist that I have, that I literally compiled this right before I started streaming. Plum Bun says, so sad I probably won't be able to afford the racing game until November. Hey, it could be worse. I'm glad that you're not having to wait to like maybe get it as a Christmas gift or something like that. And Crashy Caddy, it's very, very true in that like he's left a legacy of kindness and of art in his music that will always be there for others to enjoy. And just from my belief system and his belief system, that he is now in a place where he is free of pain, and hopefully surrounded by loved ones who have left before him. And maybe we'll see each other again someday, some way. Let's see. Threat. Do you mean threaten Garmadon with the voice of Thunderfang? I don't know Garmadon actually well enough to be able to do that, because the only time I've seen Garmadon was in Crystallized, because I haven't watched original Ninjago yet, and there he is.
Pitiful Garmadon, what have you become? Taking care of plants when you should be taking care of business. You're no better than those 7 cosmic frauds.
That's the best I can give you, if you mean threaten Garmadon. But again, I've heard great things about the original Ninjago, and one of these days I need to get around to watching the Ninjago movie, which I know is not canon, but still has influenced the designs of the characters. So I will get there at some point. Oh, make Garmadon his lunch by, yes.
Put soul in Thunderfang mouth. Put soul in Thunderfang mouth.
I read that as Garmadon make his lunch. So, I thought you were just like,
make me a sandwich, Garmadon. A sandwich filled with souls.
Either way, he's still consuming souls. Goldie Heart, thank you so very much for dropping on by. It is a pleasure to see you, as well as Ruby Rose. Very, very much appreciation to y'all. I hope that you are having yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Computer like, why is Devin mad at me? What did I do wrong? You did everything wrong. You did everything wrong. I tried to run games, and you don't run them good. I would like it if you run them more good. Let's see. Not feeling well. I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Be it physical or emotional, please know that I am wishing you the very best. If you need to go and do anything to help take care of yourself, get some rest, get a snack, by all means, put your well-being first and foremost. But I appreciate you taking the time to drop by here all the same. And I hope your time here can help you feel even just a little bit better. So I am gonna head off pretty soon, but before that, if anybody has any last minute questions for anything regarding voice acting or anything that I've talked about today, if you asked a question previously but I was not able to get around to reading it, please throw that back in the chat and I will try to do a speed run of answering. Did Rocky get any chili dogs? Not this week, but I'm sure it'll change in the very, very near future. I can only do so much. I try my best. His hunger is insatiable. but still a very valid question to ask. Who else do we have? Oh, I'm gonna see if a certain somebody is still streaming. She might not be, but I would be happy to raid her if she is still live. And I do not believe that she is. Okay, I'll have to save that for another day. My favorite burger fillings. Okay. I'm kind of more of a hot dog, kind of more of a chili dog guy. But for me on the burger, it is lettuce and tomato and mushrooms. Gotta have mushrooms. And I have been back and forth on whether I like pickles or not. Yes, I will absolutely say hi to Jovan for you. And Whiska, have a wonderful night, you wonderful night. Always, always a pleasure to have you here and to hear from you and to see your wonderful drawings. Yes, so pickles I have gotten back into as of late, maybe temporarily, but now they need to be spicy pickles. They need to be, otherwise I don't want them. And then as far as the condiments go, I'm kind of like everything with that. So it is mustard, tomato, mayonnaise, and spicy, the sort of like sweet spicy kind of mustard as well. So I just kind of go like all in, just a wonderful blend of flavors. And every now and then I will throw some cheese on there as well. But it doesn't make that much of a difference because there's already so much flavor. And one of my specialties, the mushrooms and the onions are always cooked in truffle oil. When you're done streaming, would you like an early look at my new model? Sure, that is fine. You can send that to me as a Twitter DM. Am I getting a peek at that before Rocky? Because I don't want him to be jealous. Maybe I do want... No, I don't want him to be jealous. But either way, I appreciate you offering that. I very much appreciate that. Let's see. What do you guys want to see this week from me? Art or animations? I would love more Adventures of Super Sam art from you. J Roach or channel. Thank you so very much for the follow. Oh, as well as DJ Cheedo or Cheedo. I hope that's pronounced Cheeto. That's awesome. If Cheeto is spelled Chidow. You win. Both of y'all, thank you so very much for the follow. Appreciate you dropping on by. Heard that Nelvana shut down. Makers of Ruby Gloom. Yes, so it's kind of complicated. They didn't officially shut down, and I've seen people saying, yay, I knew they didn't shut down. They're not making any animations, and they have fired all of their creative production team, their music people, staff writers, their animators. They don't have any of that anymore. They're just asset management. So I don't really get a big yay from that. I went from auditioning for a Nelvana cartoon every month, sometimes several a month, to doing one audition for Nelvana last year and 0 auditions this year because they don't make new cartoons anymore. I hope that changes. And I hope that they can in time be able to do that again, but they would need better management and not the kind of management that didn't do anything special with it once they got the rights to Bravest Warriors. How do you have Bravest Warriors and release no merchandise? How? People like Catbug. How do you do that? I don't understand. It hurts my brain. But I would like to get to work for Nelvana stuff again, if they ever make any again. Would you guys like to see one of the characters I drew animation concept art of? Absolutely, please do. Yeah, if you feel like you can put that in the chat, by all means. If you haven't already shared in the Discord, please do share that in the Discord as well. What's my opinion on Ranch? There is a correct answer to this question. To quote Eric Andre, legalize Ranch. I personally don't put ranch on everything, but I am fine with people who want to put ranch on everything. Rocky will put it on literally anything. I know it came up in the chat, of the Discord chat. Somebody had asked pineapple on pizza, yes or no, and another person asked mustard or ranch on pizza, yes or no. And Rocky said all of them at the same time, because of course he would, because he will eat pretty much everything, including metal pipes. I'm sure he would love ranch on a metal pipe. More power to him. That's raccoon energy to the max. Well, in Inferno, I guess not to. Well, most Ninjago fans have probably already seen that, except for me. Well, the thing about that is, well, Noct just went poof. We don't necessarily know, and it was just the hollow ghost of him. As far as his physical form, maybe he got control of that again. Like other people who were hollowed, maybe he's just like, okay, I'm Noct again. Man, was I stupid for trusting that giant dragon. I'm gonna go hide and then cry, and when I feel better, I will do more conquest. That's what I'm hoping for. But the tough thing about when that stuff happens to characters, though, when they go poof, I'm also like, my money has also gone poof. Oh no, I'd like money for me. So I'm glad I still have Aaron. But you know, I'd like it if they got to do things again, and the rest of the 5 too. I'd really like that. His body was crushed by rubble. Well, I mean, maybe there's a chance. I still like to believe that there's a chance. He's very strong. He was maybe wearing his hat. He's you know, maybe it's armored enough to protect him. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm sticking to. And Eva, we need to believe. We need to believe. And like on top of that, cause wasn't Rox, correct me if I'm wrong. And again, this is not even me going off of anything that happens in future scripts, because I do not remember them. But wasn't, much like I don't remember this for sure, wasn't Rox in the body of Jordana? So, and Jordana was there. And for them to just be like, that's it, Jordana, no more Jordana, that wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be right. So this is just speculation that they're fine somehow. They're fine somehow. That's what I'm clinging to. That would be a terrible thing to do to Jordana. To have her body be possessed, to have that whole thing going on with her and Sora, and then her body gets possessed by some ancient spirit and works with this evil people, and just, oh, that's the end of her. That wouldn't be right. So I'm rooting for them. It's the right thing. There's more story to tell. Let's see. Yes, the slimmest chance. Cling to that. Cling to that hope. we believe. If we believe hard enough, it doesn't necessarily make it reality unless we decide to live in an alternate reality. And I'm okay with that option if I have no other option. Only one thing to do. Let's see. People were theorizing they had new bodies, like elemental monsters. I'll take it. I'll take it. I want that. Noct is alive. Noct lives. Not just in our hearts. Did you ever see the finished version of my keyboard piano playing? Not yet, but I'm gonna be headed there after chat. Here in Mexico, I misread that as people like cocoa on their things. Rocky would definitely put cocoa on a pizza. People add ketchup to their pizza. You know, I could see it working. Oftentimes, the sauce on certain pizzas is so sweet that it's already kind of ketchup-y, so I can't even be mad at that. I can't be mad one bit. And, Eva, thank you so much for believing in my very true future. I have every intention of returning and existing in more places than just your heart. And I wish you a very, very good night, and I will be watching from your heart. Because I know you want that. Not in that creepy way. It's not creepy if you want it. And I am a ancient specter. I don't know about all those words I just used. I really, really don't. Please know, my whole thing is very, very wholesome, and I try my best to maintain that. Oh boy. You asked for it, and I rambled words that don't reflect me as an individual. It's Noct saying what he would say, and we'll just go with that.
We'll just go with that. Peter Griffin. When did freaking Peter Griffin get here?
I don't know where I would rank my Peter Griffin. It's just more generic guy from New England. Cheese pizza is fine and valid, Samara. That is totally okay. You don't need to go the raccoon route of putting absolutely everything and more on there. But just being able to enjoy pizza however you enjoy it is a wonderful thing. Right, let's see. I'll maybe take a couple more questions, chattels. You know what? So, Rocky this week, I think, is going to be very, very fixated on, he's going to be very, very fixated on Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So he's going to be spending a lot of time in Mech City, in his dumpster. But, you know, I would love if you were to take him maybe on Saturday of next week. So not this upcoming Saturday, the Saturday after that, because I'm going to be away at a convention that weekend, and I don't want him in my house wrecking up the place. So that would be wonderful if you were to take him then and have him over to your place, Samara. I would appreciate that, and he would appreciate that. Do I remember the 21st night of September? I don't remember all the words after that, but then I know it goes like this. Badia, say that you remember. Badia, dancing in September. Badia, never was a cloudy day. I'm so glad somebody brought that up. Thank you so much for that, Sivuna. Gotta get that in here before stream is over. Mr. B-Man! Mr. B-Man! Or B-Man. Either one, thank you so much for dropping on by. It is good to see you. Pizza Dude Cowabunga! Plum Buns, totally understand you dropping out for a little bit, but I appreciate ya all the same. I am excited for Magnum Opus, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Can I sing? That's open to debate. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I know professional singers who make me go like, in a good way. Well, in a good way when I hear them. I'm not like jealous, but I'm also like, I got a long way to go. But you know, I can carry a tune to an extent. To an extent. Number one singer definitely does not go to me. I was reached out to be the singing voice of a PBS cartoon that I will not give the name of. They reached out to me to sing their intro, and I gave it my best shot. They reached out specifically to me. It was not a full audition. And then they didn't like it enough to give it to me, which is fine. And I'm sure the person they got is a professional singer who did a much better job. But again, I haven't really put effort and focus towards training as a singer. So I've just, you know, I've got what I've got. I would say Rocky's probably a better and more confident singer than I am. I will actually give him that. But thank you for the very kind words nonetheless. Have I heard the Trolls version of September? No, I have not. Sabrina, thank you so much for dropping by. Alright, with that said, I am going to get on that raid style. Who shall we raid? None other than a good friend of Silent D. We're going with Polly B from the 303. Also a talented musician, big Sonic fan, Sonic content creator, and a former professional wrestler who once, while he didn't get in the ring with him, once shared a wrestling show card, was on the same show as the legendary Bret the Hitman Hart, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And that is a very cool accomplishment for anybody to have. Yes, the Simpsons' own Bret the Hitman Hart. Oh snap! Anna Kingsley over here in the server. Big shout out to Anna Anjidou, voice of Haley the Blacksmith in, well, that's not her, but Dustin Elysian Tale, as well as Flame Girl from Tome. Please do give Anna Kingsley a follow. And I hope you had a wonderful stream of the Dungeons and the Dragons. Always appreciate you dropping by. I am going to be sending a raid over to Polly B, who is streaming right now. Yes, he is currently playing Sonic Origins. So that is where we are headed. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the song one more time. Oh, whoa, no, we'll close out on Stardust Speedway. Once again, everybody, thank you so very much for dropping by. And Silent D, literally there is his voice right there. You've been listening to his amazing music the whole time. Rest in peace to a really good dude. And if you're ever in pain, please let others know. Let your loved ones know. Let your friends know. Let professionals know. And as always, work hard, work smart, be good to others, and be good to yourselves because you deserve it. I appreciate and love you all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.